Hey, come see us on tour. We'll be in Tempe, Arizona, Los Angeles, Columbus, Ohio, Dayton, Ohio, Cincinnati, Lexington, Burbank, California, and Honolulu. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for those tickets. Don't go anywhere else. So guess what? I got an email from NBC News. Brandy Zadrozny, senior reporter. They're all senior. That's the that's the big joke at the Daily Show. They say everybody was a senior reporter. Hello. Hi, Mr. Dore. I'm a reporter with NBC News. We're publishing a story looking at Russian disinformation and how it works. To show the heights to which some narratives have spread, we dive into a false Russian-planted story that claimed Tucker Carlson had been the target of a Ukraine-ordered assassination attempt, reaching out for comment since we include you as one of the influential sharers of this false story.
Is that a Ukrainian name at the end of this broad's name?
You tell me. My deadline
is she's an operative.
So my deadline is tomorrow at October 9th at 5 p.m.
Hey, Ukraine already murdered one American citizen that we know of.
That's
Why
right.
wouldn't they try to kill Tucker? Look what they did.
So this is
a guy I didn't even like.
So this story on pro-Russian disinformation is called war propaganda. This is to keep the war going because Americans are souring on the Ukraine war. So I wrote back, Dear Brandy, thank you for including me in your latest pro-war propaganda piece intended to keep the war in Ukraine going along with the slaughter of its people. If you bothered to watch the video, you would know we reported it as a potentially being a hoax and wondered why the mainstream media wasn't busy debunking it. We said this in the video.
Yeah.
We also said the only conclusive statement we could say about this story was that a native of Podolsk was being detained under suspicion of planning a terrorist attack. Has NBC ever reported that the CIA teamed up with the Nazis to overthrow the democratically elected president of Ukraine, which then led directly to the start of the U.S. proxy war in Ukraine?
I promise you she works for their intelligence agency. That's a Ukrainian name.
Has NBC News ever apologized for smearing journalist Gonzalo Lira while he was being tortured and killed by the Ukrainian government in a Ukraine prison for doing journalism? Has NBC News ever apologized for spreading the Russiagate conspiracy theory invented by the Clinton campaign and the intelligence community that directly led up to the American people embracing the U.S. proxy war with Russia and Ukraine? Has NBC News ever apologized for spreading the misinformation surrounding the conspiracy theory that Russia was putting bounties on American soldiers in Afghanistan? Has NBC News ever apologized for spreading misinformation by repeating the conspiracy theory about the Syrian gas attacks being committed by Assad after it was debunked by the OPCW whistleblowers? I could go on, but I have to get back to debunking the latest pro-war propaganda by NBC News, and I'm on deadline. Good luck pushing pro-war propaganda for a living and whitewashing the latest genocide being funded and enabled by the United States in Gaza. Maybe someday you'll have a hard time looking in the mirror and you'll resign like William Arkin over your network's warmongering propaganda. So this was one of their biggest war reporters at NBC. He famously quit, and he said, of course, Trump is an ignorant and incompetent imposter, and yet I'm alarmed at how quick NBC is to mechanically argue the contrary, to be in favor of policies that just spell more conflict and more war.
By the way, don't even call Trump that.
So
even if he is, they are that. They're incompetent, ignorant, and this chick is an agent. What is their thing called? ZBD or DBZ?
I don't know.
What's Ukraine's bullshit three-letter agency?
So this was, he was on a video in Democracy Now! Longtime reporter leaves NBC saying media is the Trump circus that encourages perpetual war. And then I linked to the video. I sent the video. There it is. Sincerely, Jimmy Dore. So this is how war propaganda works. And that person, as Kurt points out, I wonder if that person...
At least change your obvious Ukrainian name, okay, to be a fake journalist doing a fake story. At least change the name.
See if Brandy Zadrozny on Twitter...
Zadrozny
on Twitter. See what her Twitter bio says she is.
There's no way that's a real reporter. It's somebody's intel agent, 100%. They have them planted all over the media, especially at NBC News.
Especially at NBC News are the biggest, most blatant warmongers.
So all I got from this is that they definitely tried to kill Tucker. That's what we can discern from what this dingbat wrote to you, scumbag.
It just says she's a senior reporter at NBC News.
Yeah, it's not. It's a fake. It's a Drozny. Fuck you.
She looks young and fun.
Oh, here it is. Comes right up. I don't know. I think there's a good chance she's an American.
Yeah, it's still an agent. It's still an asset.
She lists her. She has a New York phone number. She lists her phone number on her Twitter, which is weird, wild. But a lot of journalists do that. They have a special phone number for tips.
Oh, this chick.
Yeah,
she sucks. We've shown her a bunch of times. The one that looks like Edgar Winter. You know, the
so she's
albino.
Big. She's big on the January 6th.
Mm-hmm.
She's all the bad things about the corporate pro-war bought by the big pharma, Wall Street, and the military-industrial complex. That's what that is. Oh, I wish I would have.
Hey, Brandy, I bet you're an MK Monarch asset. An albino like you. That's what they look for.
It looks like here.
She
what do
specializes.
I have?
Okay.
Glenn Greenwald had pointed her out in 2021 and said, "I've written before about one particularly toxic strain of this authoritarian reporting. Teams of journalists, such as the three most influential corporate media outlets, CNN, media reporters Brian Stelter, Oliver Darcy, Disinformation Space Unit, Ben Collins, Brandy Zadrozny."
Oh, really? So Glenn Glenn Greenwald called her out 2 years ago?
In 2021.
We showed
That's
her
3
on
years
your
ago.
show, Jimmy. We've had clips of this. I made fun of what an albino she is. I remember this vividly. It says she's an investigative journalist who specializes in political radicalization, extremism, and disinformation on the internet. So that means
anybody who specializes in
she's an operative. She is an operative and not a journalist. She's an operative. Okay, she specializes.
Well, we know that NBC News has Ken Delaney, or is it CNN? I think
it's NBC. Ken
look, it's all the news.
Look,
all
Ken Delaney works directly for the CIA. He's been outed for working for the CIA. He got fired from the LA Times because they caught him working for the CIA, and then NBC News hired him, and he's on air.
Yeah. I like that she's a CIA spook and she looks like a ghost. That's pretty cool. Creepy albino bitch.
NBC News author Ken Delaney, NBC's national security reporter.
Yes,
Ken Delaney.
So NBC News is full of CIA agents, and she's one of them. So hey, look, I got an email from a CIA person from NBC News. Isn't that nice?
I just want to tell you the title of his article that he had. The journalistic tattletale and censorship industry suffers several well-deserved blows. And this was talking about Taylor Lorenz as well.
Okay, and he's talking about, that's Glenn Greenwald talking about Brandy Zadrozny.
No, we know Taylor's not an agent of anything. She's just a moron.
Yeah,
this chick is definitely working for, like, you know. This is what is it? Project Mockingbird, whatever they call it now.
I think it was
Project Albino Bird.
It used to be called Mockingbird, but anyway. So, by the way, Kurt, makes me feel good. Corporate media hasn't mentioned me in a while and tried to slander me, and I started to think, like, am I not getting the job done anymore? Well, apparently they still need to try to take us down.
If only you'd taken that Bohemian Grove invite, Jimmy.
I know. Hey, have you ever wondered what happened to the legendary Chuck Norris? I know I do. I recently saw a video he made, and I was shocked. He's in his 80s, and he's still kicking butt and working out and staying active. That's true. What's even more shocking is he's stronger, can work out longer, and even has plenty of energy left over for his grandkids. He did this by just making one change. He says he still feels like he's in his 50s. That's me. His wife even started doing this one thing too, and she's never felt better. What is that one thing, Jimmy? Well, let's read on. She says she feels 10 years younger. Her body looks leaner, and she has energy all day. Chuck made a special video, which I watched. He made a special video that explains everything. Make sure you watch it by going to chuckdefense.com/Jimmy. or by clicking on the link below this video. It will change the way you think about your health. Once again, that's chuckdefense.com/Jimmy, and click on the link in the description below to watch the video now. I watched it. You won't believe how simple it is. Just a reminder, the legendary Chuck Norris is a whopping 84 years old, and yet he has more energy than me. That's true. He discovered he could create dramatic changes to his health simply focusing on 3 things that sabotage our body as we age. Watch his method by clicking the link in the description box below, chuckdefense.com/Jimmy. Hey, come see us on tour. We'll be in Tempe, Arizona, Los Angeles, Columbus, Ohio, Dayton, Ohio, Cincinnati, Lexington, Burbank, California, and Honolulu. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for those tickets. Don't go anywhere else.